Good to know you're still here with us. The Koforidua High Court has ruled to prevent MP-elect for the Akwatia constituency, NSC Alkumi, from holding himself out as winner of the December 7 polls, at least for the next 10 days. The Electoral Commission on December 12 declared NS Kumi as winner of the polls over the NDC's Henry Boakye Adom at the Tesano Police Training School here in Accra after multiple failed attempts to finalize the results in the eastern region. Now, the commission cited violence at the original collation center as reason for the collation in Accra. Here's a quick reminder of how events unfolded. That was then. The ex parte injunction secured by the incumbent MP, Henry Boakye Adom, also orders the Electoral Commission and the Clerk of Parliament from recognizing, registering or gazetting Alkumi as Member of Parliament elect at all for Akwatia. Lawyer for the NDC candidates has been speaking to News 360.
Even when he's on the verge of being sworn in, the court can still injunct. Even you remember the sequencing case, even if you are in Parliament, you can still be injuncted. But in this case, they were asked to do online registration. My understanding is that the in-person registration starts today, whether it started or not. But my information is that, you see, following the Supreme Court decision, the EC withdrew the gazette that they had sent to the Ghana Publishing Company. As I speak to you, I do not have confirmation that that gazette has been restored or taken back to the Ghana Publishing. It's a messier case, but at the end of the day, what is most important is that the court has ordered that all who matter, all who are involved in this matter should not recognize NS Kumi, who is the candidate for NPP. They should not swear him in, they should not gazette, they should not admit, they should not even call him MP elect. This is for 10 days per the law, and that is what the law says. After the 10 days, we will repeat the application and have this matter heard, so that we would all come to a conclusion as to who actually won the election fair and square. But at the moment, NS Kumi cannot call himself, he cannot even proceed with the gazette if they've not done. And if they have, the clerk to Parliament is also being said here that he should not swear him in as Member of Parliament elect. And so after 10 days, the court will take a decision after we've repeated the application.
I'm afraid, Mr. Bediako Baidu, we've got to say a big thank you.
Lawyer for the NDC Fantiakwa North parliamentary candidate, Isaac Minta-Labi. Isaac, good evening to you. Thank you so much, lawyer, for joining us here. You went to court, applied for that, put through that injunction application. What's the latest on that? Has the order been given already? Hello, lawyer. Oh, it seems that lawyer is still connecting with us, but indeed, lawyer. I was asking what the outcome of that injunction application has been so far.
Good evening to your listeners. The application is still pending. It's been scheduled for the 17th of January to be heard. However, in law, once an application for injunction has already been filed and same step, it already operates as an injunction. The reason being that where the court intervention is being sought for the purposes of, injuncting a conduct, if you accept and you are aware that the court is seized with the matter and you proceed, to perform or to engage in the conduct which is the subject of the application, you interfere in the administration of justice, and then you are amenable to contempt of court. And so we are put, to serve same on the Clerk of Parliament as well as the Speaker of Parliament. And so whichever way you look at it, they should not have any means to have they redeclared. And I want to make a distinction here. It appears that narrative in the media does not capture accurately what has transpired. Now, we are all guided by laws, and we are all, expected to, ensure that our conduct and behavior is in compliance with the law. What happened with the situation with Fantiakwa North is that after the elections, coalition was ongoing, and of course there were misunderstandings. There were two, polling stations whose results created the problem. One polling station, what happened was that after the coalition had been done actually at the polling station, and the pink sheet had been completed and signed and copies given out to the party agents, the presiding officer, after the agents had left, went ahead and did his own changes on the pink sheet. So that became a problem, and so they had to take time to deal with that. There was also another polling station. At this polling station, the presiding officer claimed that he could not even find his own pink sheet, which was incredible. Now, these two polling stations are one of the strongholds of the NDC candidate. And if you should put the two, voters on these two polling stations together, which is the stronghold of our NDC candidate, he should be winning the elections with more than 1,000 votes. And so you could see clearly that there was an orchestrated attempt, to make him lose the elections. However, despite all the efforts, intended to undermine his victory, when the returning officer subsequently called the agents and the candidate to come, so all of them to do the coalition, he continued to do that, settled the issue, and then did a declaration in favor of the NDC candidate. Now, what is curious about this whole Fantiakwa North matter is that, a lot of the information doesn't seem to be in the public domain about what exactly the electoral has done. Now, after the declaration, a day after, then the regional director of the Electoral Commission at Akwatia, he calls to Fantiakwa North and then sends
Lawyer, are you there? It would appear we've lost the connection to Lawyer Isaac Minta Labi, who is a Fantiakwa North PC. He's been trying to set the record straight with some of the reporting that we've had. But from where I sit, much of what Lawyer Minta Labi has said so far agrees with what our correspondent has said. But lawyer, if you're there, the only thing that you haven't spoken about now is why the declaration, the original declaration, was done in that room. I think it would lay bare the concerns people have raised about the Fantiakwa North original declaration, which went in favor of your client. So if you can hear me, take on that for me quickly.
Now, what happened was that the coalition was actually suspended after the election due to the misunderstandings. And so what happened was that the day after, the returning officer called, because he needed to conclude his work. He is the returning officer for the constituency. Irrespective of the misunderstandings, he needs to be able to get his work up to a point where he either report back to his officers or conclude the work. And so he called the party agents and the candidates to come in so they can find a way to resolve the matter. That's what happened. And you see, once you are done with the declaration, there's a declaration form that you must complete, and that will complete your work. And that is where you, the returning officer, you must sign, endorse, put your name, put the date and signature and all these things. Now, those copies had already been returned to the Electoral Commission. And so to be able to get access to these documents, you have to go to the Electoral Commission office. So that room is actually the Electoral Commission office. And so what happened was that he called and said, look, these documents, due to the misunderstanding and the suspension of the coalition, even when you meet me there, I cannot have access to the declaration forms to be able to complete the work. So meet me at the Electoral Commission office at Fantiakwa North, where I can get access to the document. And once we understand ourselves, we can proceed to complete the forms. Everybody will get their copy. That's what happened. And so it's not like somebody's room or somebody's bedroom or anything.
Right.
This is the Electoral Commission. Infantiakwa not Tesano, Infantiakwa and this is the officer for the elections. So he is the one mandated by law to undertake this duty and responsibility. And he is the one who went ahead to do it. Under the law, once the declaration, the only option on the table for any person who feels aggrieved is to go to court. There is nothing like a re-declaration under the law.
Very well.
There is nothing like that. And a re-declaration cannot be done by even the Electoral Commission. It can only be done pursuant to a court order. That is it. So all that is going on, unfortunately, people don't seem to understand. And they think that, oh, okay, Electoral Commission can do this. But no. The law is very clear. The CR 127 regulates elections in this country. Once a declaration has been done, if you are unhappy, see, if parties, and we understand ourselves, we can correct whatever mistake we feel there is and move on. As long as we understand ourselves, we don't need to go to court. Case closed.
Very well. Lawyer, thank you so much for talking to us.